Hey, Kevin, thanks so much for joining me today.
Happy to be here.
So, health systems find themselves in the unenviable position of having to do more with less. How are they coping with that in your experience?
Yeah, so even in these times where revenue is a topic of conversation for a lot of the health systems, still looking at net new technologies to figure out how can we leverage them for things like automation or just broader efficiencies across the healthcare ecosystem. And so looking to tech to help, not necessarily replace.
And as new tools come on board, that brings in new capabilities, but it also seems like it might increase risk profiles. So, how are folks thinking about that?
Yeah, it certainly does. So this is the opportunity where we see a lot of organizations start to proactively look at the net new technology they're considering before they're purchasing. So we want to make sure that if we bring net new technology into a healthcare system in today's world, we're doing it in a safe and secure fashion with an intended purpose. There are certainly going to be new points of entry for potential bad actors, but it also creates an environment in which we can truly innovate. So you have to look at it holistically and making sure that you understand truly who's going to use this net new technology, a provider or a patient or some other care providers potentially throughout the healthcare system, and then understand how that's going to interact with your technology in-house, if you will.
And when thinking in terms of security and being able to create a protective environment across all of these devices, what should a CIO or a CISO be thinking about?
Yeah, this is a great opportunity to take that half a step back and look at your strategy holistically, and then really start to focus on your cybersecurity strategy specifically as well. So we want to make sure that as we're introducing these net new technologies, that we understand what the end-to-end impact is going to be. We want to make sure that your infrastructure is safe and secure in addition to your servers all the way to your network, so to speak. And this is really where people start to look at a cloud strategy to support and augment, right? And some of these native tools in today's world to our public cloud platforms are drastically going to improve overall maturity from a cybersecurity standpoint for a lot of folks in healthcare today. But we also need to consider then what are the skill sets needed to support some of these new tools and some of this new infrastructure. Just because the cybersecurity tools might be there doesn't mean we're always using them the most efficient or effective way possible. So we want to make sure that we're upskilling folks along the way and also partnering with the right organizations to help introduce the net new technology, make folks more efficient, but also stay safe and secure while we're doing that.
That sounds great. Thanks so much for sharing that perspective.
Yeah, thanks for having me.